Now we'll talk about रशिया। रशिया की थोड़ी सी बैकग्राउंड यहां पर में हम समझ लेते हैं। रशिया politically speaking was a very important country in Europe, but in terms of economy it was a very backward economy. लैंड बहुत बड़ा है, टेरिटरी बहुत बड़ी है, पॉपुलेशन भी है सब्सटेंशियल, लेकिन इकोनॉमिकली बहुत कमजोर है। क्यों कमजोर था? फर्स्ट वाज क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस। अ बिग पार्ट ऑफ इट इज कोल्ड डेजर्ट, तो वहां कोई खास ऐसा कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता। साइबेरिया का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा है ना। एशिया के अंदर में जो पार्ट पड़ता है दैट इज ऑल्सो ग्रासलैंड्स और डिफिकल्ट टेरेन। सो क्लाइमेटिकली देयर वर मेनी बिग चैलेंजेस। सेकेंड, द नेचर ऑफ द सोसाइटी वॉज वेरी फ्यूडल। इंडस्ट्रियलाइज होने के लिए यू हैव टू ओवरकम द फ्यूडल नेचर ऑफ द सोसाइटी। Whereas रशिया में क्या था? रशिया के अंदर में वी हैड अ फ्यूडल सोसाइटी, ठीक है। एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस रशिया हैड बीन इकोनॉमिकली वेरी बैकवर्ड। बट स्लोली एज ब्रिटेन स्टार्ट्स टू इंडस्ट्रियलाइज, रशियंस learn the importance of industrialization. 1856 में एक वॉर हुआ था which was known as the, any guess? Crimean War. Crimean War. You know Crimea or Crimea, where is it? यूक्रेन का पार्ट था ये। 2014 में प्यूटिन हैज टेकन इट ओवर, इस वॉर से बहुत पहले ही, ठीक है ना। आई टोल्ड यू yesterday or day before yesterday the problem of Russia geographically. Russia is not protected on its western side. So the Russian monarch always wants to expand towards the west and towards the south. बात समझ में आपके? तो 18th और 19th century में Russians were constantly trying to advance towards the west and southern direction. और जब वो एडवांस कर रहे थे तो उनके सामने था ऑटोमन सल्तनत, ऑटोमन सुल्तान, उसकी टेरिटरी, ठीक है। सो रशियंस वर फेसिंग होम द ऑटोमन्स। द ब्रिटिश एंड फ्रेंच फेल्ट, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू बैकग्राउंड, द ब्रिटिश एंड फ्रेंच फेल्ट कि ये ऑटोमन्स जो है बहुत कमजोर हो चुके हैं 19th सेंचुरी में। कब से शुरू हुआ था ये? 14th सेंचुरी से दिस किंगडम हैड स्टार्टेड। By the time you are in 19th century, these people have become very weak. So the Russians will be able to defeat this power and take over substantial land and get access to Mediterranean Sea also on one side and also come towards Afghanistan. This was a red line for the British and French. पॉलिटिक्स ये लोग हमेशा आगे के 50 साल का सोच के करते थे। आगे चल के अगर मेडिटेरेनियन सी में रशिया आ गया तो इट विल बी अ वेरी बिग कॉम्पिटिटर फॉर अस। सो व्हाट शुड वी डू? वी शुड स्टॉप इट इन इट्स ट्रैक्स। सो 1856 में व्हेन रशियंस वर फाइटिंग द ऑटोमन्स, ब्रिटिश एंड फ्रेंच केम टू द हेल्प ऑफ ऑटोमन सुल्तान। नॉट बिकॉज दे लव्ड हिम, दे हेटेड हिम, बट बिकॉज ऑफ sheer politics to prevent Russia from advancing. Clear? And in this war, the British and French were able to defeat the Russians comprehensively. ठीक है? This made the Russians understand कि हमारी प्रगति जो है ये ब्रिटेन और फ्रांस को कभी रास नहीं आने वाली है, और ये जब भी हम आगे बढ़ेंगे ब्रिटेन एंड फ्रांस विल कम एंड डिफीट अस. So if we want to overcome this, then we have to become economically strong like Britain is today. And therefore, mid-19th century onwards, we see that the Russian rulers will start to take some efforts for industrialization. Do you understand this? Britain क्यों हरा पाया इतनी दूर आकर के? Because it was a modern industrial power. And the effect was there to be seen. So Russian rulers slowly start to change. अब क्या करेंगे? What will be the steps that they will try to take? Can you tell me some steps that can be taken for industrialization? सिमिलर, यस। तो क्या क्या क्विकली, अट्रैक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, पास लॉज, ठीक है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, railways, exploiting of coal and iron, same kind of stuff. Okay, that starts from mid 19th century onwards. Tsar Alexander, अच्छा ये czar जो है, you will see 2-3 different types of spelling, TZAR and TSAR also, and in some cases very rare, but this will also be there. All of this is the same Tsar, which is the title of the Russian monarch. ठीक है? So Tsar Alexander II abolished the practice of serfdom. Serfdom याद है हमने डिस्कस किया था फर्स्ट लेक्चर, बंधुआ मजदूर, tied to the land. So these people were released so that now your labor can be freed up for industry. ठीक है? जब तक ये सर्फडम होगा तब तक हम मिडिवल समाज में ही रहेंगे. Foreign investment was attracted, banking system was created, and many such steps were taken, and slowly Russia starts to industrialize. Okay? By the time it is World War I, Russia has reached some level of industrial competence, but nowhere a match to Western European powers. England के आसपास में भी नहीं था. But रशिया में बड़ा जंप आएगा after the communist revolution of 1917. कार्ल मार्क्स और लेनिन का सारा जो आइडिया है ये बेसिकली किस पर बेस्ड है? वर्कर्स का आइडिया है ना ये. कार्ल मार्क्स ने कहा था वर्कर्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड यूनाइट, यू हैव नथिंग टू लूज बट योर चेन्स. ठीक है, तो इंडस्ट्रियल समाज की कंटेक्स्ट में ये आइडिया है. तो जब ये क्रांति आई है उसके बाद में आफ्टर दिस रेवोल्यूशन 5-year प्लान्स के जरिए से स्टालिन ने रशिया को रैपिडली इंडस्ट्रियलाइज किया. And by the time you reach World War II in 1939, USSR is one of the major industrial powers of the world. Okay? Did you understand the unique context of Russia? क्या लिखना होगा हमको उसमें? पहली चीज, politically significant but economically backward. Climatic conditions, feudal nature of the society. Mid 19th century का जो crisis है, Crimean War के आसपास, they realize and they start to change. Serfdom is abolished, investors are attracted, banking system infrastructure is laid out, and Russia starts to industrialize from 1870s onwards. World War I aate aate Russia is a significant industrial power. This will get a big jump after the communist revolution. Do we have 6 to 7 points to write an answer? Okay, fine. Chill. Let's take the last country in this context, which is USA. USA and Industrial Revolution. America is like England on steroids. England on steroids means whatever factors England had, which we discussed earlier, all of those factors on a much bigger scale are possessed by England. What are those factors? You see, England is also isolated. Is it? Sorry, USA is also isolated. In fact, more isolated than England. On one side it has Atlantic and on the other side it has Pacific. इसलिए it barely had to suffer any form of external aggression till to our times. वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 में उनकी जमीन पे कुछ नहीं हुआ. वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 में पर्ल हार्बर एक हुआ है इन पैसिफिक, बट बाकी और कुछ नहीं हुआ है. ठीक है, उससे पहले भी अगर आप देखेंगे ब्रिटेन के साथ में जो लड़ाई हुई वही. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट दे डिड नॉट सफर एनीथिंग. सो दे हैड दिस एडवांटेज ऑफ आइसोलेशन. आइसोलेशन की वजह से क्या होता है, आप स्टेबल रहते हो, यू आर नॉट इन्वॉल्व इन अदर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स. और जब ये होता है देन your development takes place. It also has coal and iron reserves, again like England. Massive human resource. They attracted talent. Population kam tha, so they attracted talent from across the world and continue to do even today. Liberal values, its importance we have understood. Government support, active support taken by the government also helped it. Okay. Next, after America got independence, it started to rapidly industrialize itself. In fact, one of the major demand of the 13 colonies in their struggle against Britain was they wanted to industrialize themselves. ब्रिटेन का ये कहना था इन कॉलोनीज से कि सी यू आर सपोज टू गिव अस ओनली व्हाट रॉ मटेरियल, बस रॉ मटेरियल देना एंड गिव अस योर मार्केट. You don't industrialize, because if colonies start to industrialize, then there will be competition for British goods. That Britain did not want. So you just give us these two things. Americans said, no, we also want to develop our industry. And then ultimately it led to the American Revolution. Okay. After the revolution, now USA starts to industrialize rapidly. Okay. North-South complementary nature. Northern colonies were more industrialized and southern colonies were more agrarian. So southern colonies used to give the raw material that was required, may it be cotton, may it be jute, may it be tobacco, may it be whatever, and the northern areas, they were into manufacturing. So there was a very complementary and healthy kind of a economic relationship within the country. This also helped USA. American cotton, like Indian cotton, was in great demand in Europe. Especially, you know, as newer and newer technologies were introduced, ginning की machine आ गई, ठीक है, बाद में you have the sewing machine, ये सब कुछ जब आ गया तो अमेरिकन कॉटन को जो है एक बहुत बड़ा बूस्ट मिला. स्पेशली जब फ्रांस के नेपोलियनिक वॉर्स चल रहे थे 19th सेंचुरी में, at that time Britain could not export to Europe. So American products were in great demand in Europe. America got a windfall gain. एक टर्म है, याद रखिएगा. Have you heard of this? Windfall gain. Windfall gain means एक ऐसा गेन या प्रॉफिट जो कि बहुत बड़ा होता है और आपने कभी उसको एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया होता. You know, suddenly you get that. Like for example, you bought a property and something remarkable happened in that area and suddenly the prices shot up. So you get a big profit in that. That's called as windfall gain. Okay. So Napoleonic wars were a windfall gain for USA. USA also developed a system called as Waltham system. Waltham नाम की एक जगह थी जहां पर में same machine was used for spinning, weaving and dyeing, in fact printing also. All the activity. टेक्सटाइल में हमने देखा था पहला स्टेज क्या होता है, जिनिंग, सीड निकालना. फिर कॉटन से हम क्या करते हैं, स्पिनिंग टू मेक yarn, and then yarn is woven, weaving to make cloth, and then that cloth is dyed and printed. Okay. So all of these activities could now be done on a single machine that was called as Waltham system, which developed in USA. Okay. I told you about the Napoleonic wars. Sewing machine. This machine was also invented in USA. सिलाई की जो मशीन है, it was invented in USA by Elias Howe, 1846. So this also gave a great boost to ready-made clothes. Otherwise, what used to happen was, कपड़ा तो आपने बना लिया, लेकिन स्टिच करने के लिए again manual element was involved. Now with the sewing machine invented, this process also was mechanized. Got the importance now? So this was done in USA. ठीक है. Next, post civil war, ये सारे अमेरिका के डिस्कशंस आएंगे when we'll discuss America. After the civil war, USA overcame its major internal problem. North और South का conflict overcome हो गया, and the state could now completely focus on industrialization. So after 1865, again as I've told you, 1870 के आसपास becomes a very crucial time in world history. USA will now start to rapidly industrialize and focus completely on its economic development. So much so that World War I aate aate in 1914, USA is, as big or as major an industrial power as Britain. World War I, Britain हार रहा था, but it could survive because USA entered that war in 1917. Otherwise, Britain would have, lost that war. Germany would have won there. Big corporations were born. You might have heard about Morgan Stanley. Okay? So this corporation was developed in the 19th century. He was a big investor. You must have heard about the Rockefeller Group. सुना है आपने? Rockefeller Group? Rockefeller Foundation सुना है? नहीं. So Rockefeller was a big industrialist in USA. His start of his basic area was in rock oil. हम लोग हमारे यहाँ पर में रॉकेल बोलते हैं ना, rock oil. So that was his area to begin with. So many such big corporations were born in USA. Ford का तो नाम सुना ही होगा, right? Ford also, Henry Ford, he is again another big product or big corporation that was born in USA. So many such big corporations were born. Big industrialists were there in USA. Like for example, Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie के बारे में कहा जाता है, friends, that if you compute his wealth to our times, time value of money अगर एक फॉर्मूला होता है, अगर आप उसको लगा लें, you compute his wealth to our times, then he can subsume the wealth of several Bill Gates. So he was the richest man of his times, वो तो था ही था, but apart from that, so rich that the richest people of our times, many times over, उसकी wealth थी. And you know what he started his career as? He started his career as a child labor in a steel factory. His parents were immigrants from Scotland. So with parents to support his family, he used to work as a child labor. And from that point to the richest man of the world, that is Andrew Carnegie. And Andrew Carnegie, at the time of his death, he created a foundation called as the Carnegie Foundation. That Carnegie Foundation is still working in USA, and it gives scholarships for different students to study in higher learning institutions in USA. It does, sponsorship for many research things. वैसे ही रॉकेफेलर फाउंडेशन भी है. हमारे यहाँ जो ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन हुआ था ना, हम वो याद आ गया मुझे. ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन को हेल्प करने के लिए, वो उसके रिसर्च के लिए रॉकेफेलर फाउंडेशन का रोल जो है वो बहुत बड़ा था. ठीक है. सो अमेरिका ने ऐसे बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेशंस प्रोड्यूस किए, बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट प्रोड्यूस किए, और इन इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट ने सिर्फ अपना ही वो फायदा नहीं किया, बल्कि समाज के लिए, ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए भी इन्होंने बहुत कंट्रीब्यूट किया है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज हाउ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन स्प्रेड इन यूएसए.